Welcome to this week's edition of K-Double's fifth period music class. That's right here on 4 Aces presents tonight. Myself, K-Double, will be taking you on a musical journey, something that you can tell your mama about and be proud. So sit back, buckle up, and listen in as K-Double introduces you to his fifth period music class.
The following 4 Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
I believe in your purpose, baby. Coming up to the surface, and maybe I'll never see you again. Then again, who knows? Make me quiver, hands will shiver. Still got all the things that I would give her. Yeah. But it's slow going, something showing. Yeah. They say love is a stream that will find its own course. Maybe do is a thing I will do no more. Whenever you come back, I'll be waiting. Try to live the slack, know you're gaining. This is all pure fiction. No, that's right. Just pure fiction, that's alright. I believe in your purpose, baby. Coming up to the surface, and maybe I'll never see you again. Then again, who knows? Make me quiver, hands will shiver. Still got all the things that I would've given her. Yeah. But it's slow going, something showing. Yeah.
All right, and there we have the first half of the first artist of the week for tonight, and that is 311. That's right, y'all. For those of y'all that remember, 311 was a band that was out in the mid-90s, early 2000s. Had a lot of great, like, semi-reggae, kind of reggae rock hits. What we just heard was Amber from their album From Chaos in 2001, Life's Not a Race from Sound System in 1999, and Purpose from their self-titled album in 1995. Let's find out a little bit about 311 right here. First of all, let me also say welcome to KD5P, where the music meets the mind, episode 62 here. This was a listener's choice. You guys have 4 different bands to choose from. Steel Parade, or Steel Pulse, 311, Sublime, and UB40. You got the winners were Sublime and UB4, or Sublime and 311, tied with the exact same amount of votes. So therefore, the first half of the show we will hear 311. The second half of the show you will be listening to Sublime. So let's see, what do we have coming up? We have a little All Mixed Up, Don't Stay Home, Beautiful Disaster. A little Santeria, What I Got in the Wrong Way from Sublime. But let's talk a little bit about 311. They're pronounced 311, is an American rock band from Omaha, Nebraska. The band was formed in 88 by vocalist and guitarist Nick Hexum, lead guitarist Jim Watson, a member briefly before being replaced by Tim Mahoney in 1990, bassist Aaron Peanut Willis, and drummer Chad Sexton. In 92, Doug S.A. Martinez joined to sing and provide turntables for 311's later albums. 311 has released 13 studio albums, 2 live albums, 4 compilation albums, 4 EPs, 4 DVDs. After a series of independent releases, 311 was signed to Capricorn Records in 92 and released the album Music and Grassroots in 92 and 93 and 94. A self-titled album which reached number 12 on the Billboard 200 on the strength of singles Down, All Mixed Up, the former of which topped the Billboard Hot Modern Rock tracks in 1996. The band's next 3 albums, with the first going platinum and last 2 going gold. Their 2004 compilation album Greatest Hits 93 to 03 was all certified platinum. The band's most recent studio album is 2019's Voyager. As of 2011, 311 has sold over 8.5 million records in the U.S. The band's name originates from the police code for indecent exposure in Omaha, Nebraska, after the original guitarist for the band was arrested for streaking. There you go. So that's a little story behind the name. So like I said, let's get back to listening to the music. This is where the music meets the mind, but I prefer to make this more about the music than about me. So enjoy 311. Got a 3-song block from 311, and then a commercial, and another 3-song block from Sublime. Enjoy.
To trust your instincts.
So, what's up? Steve Fingerstyles here, the host of the podcast, spelled DA, of course. Tune in each and every week to hear what pisses me off, what angers me, what I make fun of, and of course, my crazy rants. I also have incompetent co-hosts, cool guests, and a silent producer that sucks. So what more do you need from a podcast? You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and the Pod Bros Network. Peace.
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. I had $1 million, but I'd spend it all if I could find that I don't get angry at the bills I have to pay. I don't get angry when my mom smokes me. Hits the bottle and goes right to the room. Hit and fighting, it's all the same. Living with Louis Dog's the only way to stay sane. Let the loving come back to me. Loving is what I got. I said remember that. Loving is what I got. And remember that. Loving is what I got. I said remember that. Loving is what I got. So that's see, but we're done there. Annie's 12 years old, and tomorrow she'll be a whore. Nobody ever told her it's the wrong way. Don't be afraid with the quickness you get laid. For your family get paid, it's the wrong way. I give her all that I have to give. I'm gonna make it hard to live. Salty tears running down to her chin, and it ruins up her makeup and never warn you. A cigarette pressed between her lips, but I'm staring at her tits, it's the wrong way. Strong if I can, but I am only a man, so I take her to the can, it's the wrong way. The only family that she's ever had is her 7 honey brothers and a drunk ass dad. He needed money, so he put her on the street. Everything was going fine until the day she met me. Happy, are you sad? Wanna shoot your dad? I'll do anything I can the wrong way. They talk all night, tried to make it right. Believe me, shit was tight, it was the wrong way. Don't run away if you wanna stay, 'cause I ain't here to make ya. Oh no, it's up to you. What you really wanna do is spend some time in America. Don't stop. She'll give you all that she got to give, but I'm gonna make it hard to live. Big salty tears rolling down to her chin, and it spills off her makeup and never warned him. So we ran away, and I'm sorry when I said that straight to this very day was the wrong way. She took the hike, don't matter if I like it or not, because she only wants the wrong way. I gave her all that I had to give, she still wouldn't take it. Oh no, her 2 brown eyes are leaking like a sieve, and it still ruins her makeup and never warns you.
All right, so there we go. Santeria, What I Got in Wrong Way, off the Sublime album Sublime from 1996, self-titled album from 1996. Before that, you heard All Mixed Up, Don't Stay Home and Beautiful Disaster from 311, off of their albums 311, self-titled album, and Translator from 1995 and 1997. Sublime is our second artist of the week for this half of the show because they tied with 311 for our Artist of the Week votes. So Sublime was an American ska punk band from Long Beach, formed that did some reggae. Formed in 1988, the band's lineup stayed unchanged until their breakup. Consisted of Bradley Knowles, vocals and guitar, Eric Wilson on bass, Bud Gaw on drums, Lou Dog, Noah's Dalmatian, was the mascot of the band. Noah died of a heroin overdose in 1996, resulting in Sublime's breakup. In 1997, posthumous songs such as What I Got, Santeria, Wrong Way, Doing Time, and April 26, 1992, Miami, were released to U.S. radio. Sublime released 3 studio albums, 1 live album, 5 compilation albums, one of which also contains never before released materials, 3 EPs, 1 box set. Although their first 2 albums, 40 Ounces to Freedom, 1992, and Robin Hood, 1994, were quite popular in the U.S., Sublime did not experience major commercial success until 96, with their self-titled third album released 2 months after Noel's death, which peaked at number 13 on the Billboard and on the Billboard Alternative Songs charts. In their musical career as of 2009, the band has sold over 17 million albums worldwide, including 10 million in the U.S. alone. Michael Miguel Habolt and Marshall Goodman, Roz MG, contributed to several Sublime songs. 2009, the surviving members attempted to reform the band with Rome Ramirez, a young guitarist and admitted Sublime fan from California. However, not long after performing at Cypress Hill Smokeout Festival in L.A., Judge banned the new lineup from using the Sublime name as they needed permission from Noel's estate, which owns the rights to the Sublime name. This prompted the lineup of Wilson, Gaw, Ramirez to change their name to Sublime with Rome, which has released 2 albums, although Gaw left the group shortly after the release of their 2011 debut, Yours Truly. So there you go, a little history on Sublime. We can keep listening to the music now that you done learned a little bit. Hope you enjoy listening to KD5P right here on the 4H Presents Radio Network, Spreaker.com. Coming up, we got Date Rape from 40 Ounces of Freedom, Caress Me Down from Sublime, and Waiting for My Ruka from 40 Ounces of Freedom to Freedom. So enjoy that, and we'll go to commercial break and come back with Inspiration Corner, which is another artist that was on the list but didn't quite make it. Sorry about that. Damn it. My fantasy bet football drafted for itself. Oh, well. We'll get to that later. Y'all enjoy listening to the music. KD5P Friday night right here on the 4H Presents Radio Network. Peace.
Tell you about a girl I know. Had a drink about an hour ago, sitting in the corner by herself in a bar in downtown hell. She heard a noise and she looked through the door and saw a man she never seen before. Light skin, light blue eyes, a double chin and a plastic smile. Well, her heart raced as he walked in the door and took an empty seat next to her at the bar. My brand new car is parked right outside. How'd you like to go for a ride? And she said, wait a minute, I have to think. He said, that's fine, may I please buy you a drink? One drink turned into 3 or 4, and then that thing got into his car, and they drove away someplace so far. Now babe, the time has come. How'd you like to have a little fun? And she said, if we could only please be on our way, I would not run. That's when things got out of control. She didn't want to, he had his way. She said, let's go, he said, no way. Come on, babe, it's your lucky day. Shut your mouth, we're gonna do it my way. Come on, baby, don't be afraid. If it wasn't for date rape, I'd never get laid. Started the car, he turned around and drove back to the bar. He said, now baby, don't be sad. In my opinion, you weren't half bad. She picked up a rock, threw it in the car, hit him in the head, and he's got a big scar. Come on, party people, listen to me. Date rape, start, leave. The next day, she went to her drawer, looked up her local attorney at law, went to the phone and filed a police report, and then she took the guy's ass to court. Well, the day he stood in front of the judge, he screamed, she lies, that little slut. The judge knew he was full of shit, and he gave him 25 years, and now his heart is filled with tears. One night in jail, it was getting late. He was butt raped by a large inmate, and he screamed, but the guards paid no attention to his cries. That's when things got out of control. The moral of the date rape story, it does not pay. You're drunk and horny, but that's the way it had to be. They locked him up and threw away the key. Well, I can't take pity on men of this kind, even though he now takes it in the behind. That's the way it had to be. They locked him up and threw away the keys. Well, I can't take pity on men of the skies, even though he now takes it in the behind. She said, I love up the way you move, I love the way you rap. Bow, bow.
Ramona, please step back. Now she's my Ruka. I'm barely waiting for my hyena. She moved from Long Beach down to LA. Right now she's selling oranges by the freeway. I wanna know, Ramona, am I the only one? Tell me.
And she said, you're not the only one, but you're the best, Bradley. Bow, bow.
And now I'm waiting for my Ruka, and I barely pulled up with my hyena. I know tonight I'll be behind her. Don't fuck around with my hyena.
From the galactic depths of the comic book universe comes the ghosts of the stratosphere, ready to galvanize and energize your mind with the latest of comic book news and reviews. And why are you stopping me? Yes, that's much better. Hi, this is Andy Larson for Ghosts of the Stratosphere. Join me every week along with my co-hosts Rob Stewart and Chad Smith, as well as a cavalcade of fantastic comic book guests, as we dish out heaping helpings of the greatest and latest of comic book news and reviews. New shows posted every Tuesday with bonus shows every first Friday of the month. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher under Ghosts of the Stratosphere, as well as on our website, www.gotstratosphere.com. Hope to see you soon, folks.
All right, and we are back. So what you just heard there was our final block of Sublime with Caress Me Down, Waiting for My Ruka, and Date Rape. I hope you guys have enjoyed this block of listeners' choice songs from Sublime and 311. I said if you go over the whole night, you've heard Amber, Life's Not a Race, Purpose, All Mixed Up, Don't Stay Home, and Beautiful Disaster from 311, as well as Santeria, What I Got, Wrong Way, Date Rape, Caress Me Down, and Waiting for My Ruka from Sublime. Now we're going to go ahead and go to Inspiration Corner. Once again, 90's Reggae Acts is the theme for tonight, so we're going to continue on with that with a group called Steel Pulse. That was around in 1984. So a little bit before the 90s, but they faded out kind of in mid-90s with their songs Roller Skates and Stepping Out is what we're about to hear next. Then we'll have one more commercial break with two more promos, and we'll come back with a little musical youth and a little OMI for our song I Want You to Hear and EDM track of the night to close out tonight. Thank you for listening, KD5P, right here on the Voices Presents Radio Network, Spreaker.com. Well, iHeartRadio, Spotify, CastBox, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, however you want to cut it.
stepping out. Open sesame, here comes Rastaman. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Stepping out, stepping out. Oh, I'm stepping out, stepping out. Invisible music, beam me up to the cradle of sound. Rhythm and dance, you cannot see it nowhere on earth. Can this reggae be found? I say, I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Rain down, rain down, rain down, brimstone, thunder and lightning, hurricane, ooh, cyclone. As business, I tell you why. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genie of your lamp, and I can do anything you wish, but right now I'm commanding you to dance. Stepping out, stepping. Says I'm stepping out, stepping out. Says I'm stepping, journey through the tunnel of love. Wisdom is respected, hatred is rejected. From the planet dread, I says it rains down. Climb a ladder is ladder, hotter in the heart. Open sesame, here comes Rastaman. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. Open sesame, here comes Rastaman. Yeah. Abacadabra, catch me if you can. Hey. Says I'm stepping. I says I'm stepping. I'm stepping, stepping, stepping. Says I'm stepping. I says I'm stepping. I'm stepping, stepping. Highest heights and hottest highs. Rastadis and dreadlocks now. Your movements just can't stop. I'm in the groove and I just can't stop, 'cause I'm in love with your music. Stepping out, invisible music. I says I'm stepping, I'm stepping, stepping out. I says I'm stepping, I'm stepping,
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav in full effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And Josh.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
They be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.
Interruption in progress. Now hijacking into ANS 2.0 immersion rig. Now simulating the amazing nerd show. Featuring comics.
And Batman's like, you're safe here and everything, but the Joker all of a sudden pulls out a gun and shoots himself.
Movies.
People fight with lightsabers. What the hell do you want? I mean, in every one of these movies, there's a lightsaber battle.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna rewatch it a million times.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, give me something more.
Wrestling.
That would be awesome. Oh my god, just a monster. Fans would be like, holy, what the hell's going on? What happened to Jericho?
Horror.
It starts off like any other like home invasion type of story, and then it just goes crazy.
And more.
Hey, this is Christian.
Hey, this is Damon.
And we are the Amazing Nerd Show.
Make sure to download us on all your favorite podcast platforms.
All right, and we are back. So, that was a little promo there from Amazing Nerd Show and Voices from the Underground. We also heard from Steel Pulse a little roller skates and stepping out. The song I want you to hear today, I'll keep it nice and simple, is from Musical Youth. It's a song we should all know. If you grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, called Pass the Dutchie. One of the most positive, happy, kick it, hang out, smoke a blunt songs you'd ever hear. And then a song called Cheerleader, an EDM song from 2015 by a group called OMI, and it's the Felix Jayan remix radio edit. So enjoy. Last 6 minutes of music right here on KD5P. We'll be back next week with Double K's Classroom. And let's see, we'll also have Mr. Deacon Experience tomorrow. We'll have Lip Gloss and Mics on Sunday. MVT Deuce, Cheap Pop Podcast, all of those on Sunday night. Then just tune in, check out the 4H Presents fan page as well as Double KK Double fan page for all the latest news on the 4H Presents Network. We'll check y'all out later. Peace.
This generation rules the nation with version. Music and some food of love. Songs to really make you rub and scrub. Bang 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 bang. I say,
pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and from.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me jump and
it was a cool and lonely, breezy afternoon.
How does it feel when you got no food?
You could feel it cause it was the month of
How does it feel when you got no food?
So I left my gate and went out for a walk.
How does it feel when you got no food?
As I passed the dreadlocks camp, I heard them say,
how does it feel when you got no food?
Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and from.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me rockin' at the down. Bang bang middling bang middling bang 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 middling bang middling middling bang.
So I stopped to find out what was going on.
How does it feel when you got no food?
Cause the spirit of Jah, you know he leads you
How
on.
does it feel when you got no food?
There was a ring of jets and the session was there in swing.
How does it feel when you got no food?
And you could feel the chill as I seen and heard them say,
how does it feel when you got no food?
Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and from.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me rockin' at the down. Me say listen to the drum and me say listen to the bass. Give me little music, make me wind up me waist. Me say listen to the drum and me say listen to the bass. Give me little music, make me wind up me waist. I say,
pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
give me the music, make me jump and from.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me rockin' at the down. You play it on the radio, and so me say we a go hear it on the stereo.
left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side. It a go bun.
Give me the music, make me jump and pound.
It a go done.
Give me the music, make me
Jano.
looking at it
On the left hand side. 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 On the left hand side.
We say east, we say west,
On
we
the
say
left
north
hand
and
side.
south. This is gonna really
On
make me
the
jump
left
and
hand
jump.
side.
We say east, we say west,
On
we
the
say
left
north
hand
and
side.
south. This is gonna really make me jump and jump.
When I need motivation, my one solution is my queen, cause she stays strong. Yeah, yeah. She is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretend? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. She walks like a model. She grants my wishes like a genie in a bottle. Yeah, yeah, 'cause I'm the wizard of love, and I got the magic wand. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. She gives me love and affection. Baby, did I mention you're the only girl for me that I don't be the next one. Mama loves you too. She thinks I made the right selection. Now all that's left to do is just for me to put the question. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her.
Once again, I want to thank you for listening in to this week's edition of K Double's 5th Period Music Class. I hope y'all have a great night, and be sure to tune in to Planet Nicole this week, version 1, right here